welcome everyone to our hearing today. The hearing is on a very extremely important topic, elder abuse, and I thank our witnesses for joining us today. Elder abuse and nursing home abuse in particular has been a topic of ongoing concern of mine and other members of this committee for a long time. My involvement's gone on over a period of the last 2 decades. As former chairman of the Senate Aging Committee, as an example, I conducted oversight of nursing home inspection process and convened hearings focused on enhancing standards and compliance across the nursing home industry. More recently, I sponsored the Elder Abuse Prevention and Prosecution Act, a new federal law that calls for the training of elder abuse investigators, collection of data on elder abuse, and collaboration among federal officials tasked with combating seniors' exploitation. Its enactment was a top priority of mine in the 115th Congress, but Congress's work in this area seems never to be done. Hardly a week goes by without seeing something about nursing home abuse or neglect in the national news. Every family has a loved one, a mother, a father, or grandparent who may someday need nursing home care. That makes this topic of enormous concern then to every American. And today, 2 such Americans are here with us to share their heartbreaking experiences. They're both the daughters of former nursing home residents who were victim of abuse or neglect. First, we'll hear from a friend of mine, Pat Blank, whose mother, Virginia, died at an Iowa nursing home due to horrific neglect. This facility was fined for the mistreatment of Virginia as well as another Iowan, Darlene Weaver. Second, I want to welcome Maya Fisher, who, 87-year-old mother, an Alzheimer's patient, was brutally raped by a nursing aide. In each of these cases, the victim's trust was betrayed by the very individuals who were entrusted to care and protect them. Sadly, these are not isolated cases. They could have happened to anyone. According to the Inspector General, a whopping 1/3 of nursing home residents experienced harm while under the care of their federally funded facilities, and in more than half of these cases, the harm was preventable. I remember that figure, 1/3, is pretty close to 1/3 figure that cropped up in my hearings 20 years ago. 2 years ago, the Inspector General also issued an alert warning the public about deficiencies cited at nursing homes in 33 states. A significant percentage of these cases involved sexual abuse, substandard care, and neglect. It's our job to protect America's most vulnerable citizens and to prevent them from being victimized. Many, like the elderly mothers of Ms. Fisher and Ms. Blank, cannot speak for themselves. Some rely on wheelchairs and walkers to get up from their beds. Others have mental and cognitive disabilities that prevent them from communicating wrongdoing. We depend on nursing homes to render the skilled nursing care that many of our loved ones cannot provide on their own. As chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, I'll continue to make it a top priority to ensure our most vulnerable citizens have access to quality long-term care in an environment free from abuse and neglect, and I know that members of this committee share that, and particularly my partner, Senator Wyden. I intend for today's hearing to shed light on the systemic issues that allow substandard care and abuse to America's nursing home industry and help lead the way to reforms. I hope to hear from our expert witnesses, for example, about why some nursing home abuse and neglect cases never even get reported to law enforcement, and that's required by law. I hope to hear that we fix the weaknesses in the five-star rating system and that we've cracked down on social media abuse. Every American listening today can be sure that I will continue shining the public spotlight on this issue as long as it takes to fix these problems. It's my hope that the oversight work of this committee will prevent elder abuse from claiming more victims so that we won't need to call more witnesses to testify about the horrible abuse that we're going to hear about today, so that other moms and dads don't experience that in their nursing home. Thank you all for joining us. I look forward to your testimony, and I'll call on Senator Wyden.